Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm gamesplaining Fuse. Fuse is a 10-minute cooperative dice chucking game. In the game you are working together to defuse a whole bunch of bombs as represented by these cards. In order to defuse a bomb, you will firstly, one player will retrieve a number of dice out of the bag. The number of dice you take from the bag is in accordance with the number of players you are set up for. So if you're playing with 2 players, you would only take 2 dice out. If you've got 3 players, 3 dice, etc. Each player will then, once they've been rolled, will select one of those dice and they'll need to talk amongst themselves to see which of the dice are most appropriate. So 2 of them might want that one, but one of the players might be able to use that one, in which case that player should take this one and the other player can take that one. So there's a bit of negotiation between each of the players as to which die they're able to take. Once they take the die, they'll then place that onto their appropriate card to match something that the card has asked them to do. If there's any dice that are unable to be placed, for example, maybe I wasn't able to place this one, that one will get re-rolled. If that die that gets re-rolled matches any of the dice that are on any of the cards, one of those dice needs to be put back into the bag or removed from its location, thus making it harder to defuse that particular bomb. That die will only remove one other die from each player. However, if there are multiple dice to be rolled, you'll only do one of them at a time and then resolve them. And that can be either matching number or colour. So at the moment, it must match number because the other 2 are different coloured dice. If there's a red die here, that one would go as well, even if it wasn't showing a 1. The other thing to be aware of is, with that particular manoeuvre, is if there is a die that is covered up, I'll explain why it would be covered up in a little while, like that, and I were to roll something that matched the bottom die, it wouldn't remove it. The only one available to be removed is the top one out of any stacks of dice. So what do these cards look like, and what do these symbols mean? We'll start with this one. Any card with a hashtag or any die showing a hashtag means that you can use any number on it. The white colour is a neutral colour because there's no white dice, so it means any coloured die could be on that particular card. So what this one is looking for is any number on this one, but then the same number on that one, and the same number but in a blue die on this one. If the right hand side has what looks like a pyramid, that's actually talking about stacking dice. So you'll put the dice over here. This one's looking for 2 black dice, so 1 in that spot, 1 in that spot, and then a 1 of any colour sitting on top of that stack, and that's that stacking thing that I was talking about earlier. This one is talking about 2 vertical stacks. So on the bottom of the stack near my thumb there, we're looking for either red or yellow die, so that little slash across the die is showing options. So the first die on the stack must be a red or yellow, the second die on the stack must be green or blue, the top die must be black or red. And then up in the top, I'm not sure if you can see those numbers on the camera, and if those numbers go invisible for the stuff on the table, I do apologise. But the other stack is looking for a 1 or a 4 on the bottom, a 2 or a 5 on the next one, then a 3 or a 6 stacking on top of that. With the stacks and pyramids, if at any point a stack gets knocked over or any dice fall off the stack, for any reason whatsoever, the entire stack will need to get put back into the bag. So just be really careful with that one. Anything that shows that marking there, like these ones, means you can use any colour, but it's probably going to have to be the same colour, so the equal sign, same colour. This one also needs same number, so it needs 2 dice of the same colour and number to fulfill that card. Some of the cards or bombs are a math problem, so that number plus that number plus that number must equal 15. It doesn't know what those numbers are as long as they add up to 15, so it's a little bit mathy. If you're a bit math challenged, I suggest you leave that for another player to use. Anything with the stacks that has an arrow is a stack, and it tells you what order to put them in. This one means that the lowest number must be a higher number or a larger number than the next in the stack, next in the stack, next in the stack. So you don't want to start this one with a number 1 on the bottom. If you start it with a 4, you can do it, but it's going to be harder. So it's just something to be aware of with cards like that one. And others are just literally looking for a specific number to be on each of the die spaces. In amongst our stack, so once one of the cards has been completed, that gets pulled off to the side, and you grab one of the other cards from the lineup. Then that lineup is replaced with another fresh card. And so that will keep going. The game finishes once you clear all of the cards from the middle of the table, or once the time runs out. If the time runs out before you clear the cards, you lose. If you clear the cards before the time runs out, you win. It's as simple as that. Now, amongst the deck, the draw pile for those bombs are cards that look like this. When one of these cards comes out, everyone must remove a number 4. And there's one of these for each number. Or everyone must remove a blue die. So there's one of them for each color as well. And they are called the fuse die. If you draw too many dice out of the bag, you must put them all back and draw fresh. So just watch out for the number of dice you take from the bag. All dice that are discarded and are removed from cards will go straight back into the bag for use in future rounds. Okay, we'll leave it there. I hope that this helps you get Fuse to the table. I hope that you enjoy playing Fuse as much as I do. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you wish to be Gamesplaned, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to see what games I've been playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining, and until next time, enjoy gaming.